All right, let's just jump right in because what we're talking about today is, well, it's pretty mind-blowing. We're looking at a design for a meal powder that's less like a food and more like a smart biological system that's designed to work with your body, not just for it.
I mean, just think about that for a second. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But this is the big question behind this whole concept. What if our nutrition wasn't just dumped into our system all at once, but delivered with perfect timing, perfectly in sync with our body's own natural rhythms?
But to really get why this is such a giant leap forward, we've got to look at what we're dealing with right now. And that brings us to the current state of meal powders.
And here it is, the fundamental problem. On one side, you have your standard meal powder. It's basically just a delivery truck for calories and vitamins. It's a one-size-fits-all solution. But on the other side, you have what our bodies actually need. This incredibly complex ecosystem that demands nutrients at specific times, that needs support for a diverse gut microbiome. The current approach, honestly, is like using a sledgehammer for a job that requires a scalpel. And this isn't just some theory. You want to see where this old approach really fails? Look no further than spaceflight. Astronauts get supplements, but they still have big drops in vitamin D and major unhealthy shifts in their gut bacteria. It's proof that just throwing nutrients at the problem isn't going to cut it when the stakes are really high.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the answer? Well, it's a whole new way of thinking. It's called the Unified Symbiotic Nutrition System, or USSM for short.
The whole thing is built around this one powerful idea, symbiotic. This isn't just about sending in the troops, the good bacteria, the probiotics. It's about sending them in with their entire supply line, their food, their tools, everything they need to set up camp and actually thrive. You're building an ecosystem, not just dropping off passengers.
And that right there, that's the big shift in thinking. The USM says, stop treating these things separately. Your body, the trillions of tiny helpers living inside you, and the food you eat, they're not three different things. They're one single, interconnected, living system.
So how does it all work? Let's look at the blueprint. The system is built on these four really smart, interconnected layers. First up, the circadian layer, that's the one that handles the smart timing. Then you have the ecological layer, which is all about managing your gut health. Third, a mineral cycle layer that actually copies nature. And last, a mission layer, which lets the system adapt to crazy environments like space without breaking its own rules.
Okay, so a timed release system? How on earth do you actually do that? This is where things get really, really cool. The secret ingredient, it's plant pollen. No, seriously. They take these microscopic, super tough outer shells from pollen, hollow them out, and turn them into these tiny little armored delivery trucks for sensitive vitamins. And what these little capsules can do is just incredible. They're like a bodyguard for delicate vitamins like D3 and K2, protecting them from harsh stomach acid. But they're also like a smart bomb, engineered to release their cargo at exactly the right time and place in your gut. This means your body gets the vitamins when it's actually ready to use them, syncing up perfectly with your internal clock. And if you thought that was detailed, check this out. They don't just stop at the pollen shell. They add these extra coatings, all from plants of course, to fine-tune the release down to the minute. Things like rosin from pine trees create a moisture shield, while carnauba wax adds a slow release layer. It's an insane level of precision. But timed vitamins are only half the story. The system also includes a sophisticated plan for actively cultivating a healthy gut. And this quote just nails the whole philosophy behind it. It's not about you. Well, not just about you. It's about feeding the entire city of microbes living inside you. Because if they're healthy, you're healthy.
So how does it do that? Well, it's basically a three-point plan for a happy gut. First, you've got these rotating prebiotic fibers. Imagine getting different color packs each week, each with a different kind of fiber. It's like a personal trainer for your microbiome, constantly switching up the routine to make sure all the different kinds of good bacteria get fed, keeping things diverse and strong. It also has protected probiotics and even postbiotics, which are the helpful chemicals the bacteria make.
And the way this system connects back to nature is just awesome. Take calcium. Instead of some lab-made chemical, it uses processed eggshell powder. Yeah, eggshells. So it's upcycling a waste product, and at the same time, it's mimicking how we'd actually get minerals in the wild. And remember that mission layer we talked about? This is a perfect example of it in action. For astronauts who have a higher risk of things like kidney stones, the system can be tweaked. They adjust the mineral balance to a very specific potassium to sodium ratio of at least 2 to 1. It's a small change in the formula that makes a huge difference for their health. It's smart, it's adaptable. So you can see how this was designed for the extreme environment of space. But here's the thing. The potential applications go way, way beyond that. I mean, just think about it. For astronauts, it's a total game changer. But what about disaster relief? A stable, complete food source that also protects gut health into crisis. Or food security, a low-cost system that can use local, upcycled materials. And for all of us, as we get older, it's a way to support our gut and our brain with precisely targeted nutrition.
So at the end of the day, you have to understand this is not just another meal powder. It isn't just a product. It's a platform. It's a whole new blueprint for how we can think about nutrition, something that's smart, sustainable, and totally in sync with our own biology.
It's a really powerful vision, isn't it? Moving away from just dumping nutrients into our bodies and toward a system that's as elegant and intelligent as we are. It really makes you wonder, are we looking at the future of food right here?